Hi, my friend. Welcome to my daily English podcast. I'm Liz, and today I'm honestly excited. Not just a little excited, really excited. Because this episode has a very simple promise, and I'll tell you right at the beginning so you feel the power of it. If you can understand this episode, your listening is truly advanced. Yes, you heard that right. If this English feels natural to you, if you're following my words, if the story flows in your mind, you're already operating at a high level. And I want you to feel proud of yourself. I want you to recognize your progress, because sometimes we forget how far we've come. But today, I want you to see it clearly. Let me start by asking you something. Have you ever wondered, do I really understand English? Or am I just pretending? Maybe you watch videos and you understand some things. Maybe you listen to people speaking and sometimes you follow. Sometimes you don't. And you think, is my English good? Is it bad? I have no idea. Today's episode will help you answer that. But before we go deeper, I want to create a moment of real connection with you. Because I know your journey hasn't been easy. I know you've had moments of frustration, moments when English felt too fast, too confusing, too hard. Moments when you felt stuck. Moments when you compared yourself to other learners and thought, why do they speak so well and I don't? I understand that feeling. Many learners feel the same. And that's why I'm here today. To guide you, support you, and show you that your progress is real. Let me ask you something important. Think about the past month. How much English have you listened to? How many times did you say to yourself, I want to practice, but I don't have time? How many times did you plan to study, but life got in the way? It happens, and you're not alone. But today, you're here. Right now. You pressed play. You made a choice. And that means something. It means you care about your English. It means you want to grow. And I'm proud of you for that. Now I want to ask you to interact with me, because I really want to know you. So please tell me in the comments, what is your biggest difficulty in English? How long have you been studying? And where are you from? I genuinely want to know my audience. I want to understand your challenges, your goals, your story. When you comment, it helps me create the next episodes for you. All right. Now imagine something with me. Imagine someone tells you, hey, listen to this. If you understand this, your English is advanced. How does that feel? A little scary? A little exciting? Maybe both? Well, that's exactly what we're doing today. I'm going to challenge your listening, but in a good way, in a safe way, in a way that helps you grow. And to make this experience even stronger, today's episode includes a story, a real style story that feels alive. And throughout the episode, I'll bring you micro hooks, questions, surprises, and small challenges. This will keep your brain active and engaged. You're not just listening, you're training, you're building fluency. Before we jump into the story, let me tell you one more thing. English is not just grammar or vocabulary. English is sound. English is rhythm. English is connection. And your listening is the biggest key to unlocking that connection. You're doing great already. Let's go deeper. Let's begin our journey. Let me take you into a story. A simple story, but full of small details that will test your listening and make you think in English. Ready? Here we go. Last year, I met a traveler named Daniel. He was from Brazil, but his English level was very interesting. He could understand some accents very well, but others felt like a mystery. He told me something funny. He said, Liz, when I listen to an American from California, I understand almost everything. But when I listen to someone from New York, I get confused. And when I listen to someone from Scotland, well, I understand nothing. I laughed, because honestly, many learners feel the same. English accents can feel like different languages. The sounds change, the rhythm changes, the melody changes. Even simple words can sound completely different. And Daniel's story gets even better. He told me that one day he was traveling and he met a man from Ireland. And the man said, how's it going, mate? And Daniel froze. Because how's it going sounded like how's it gome to his ears. Have you ever felt this way? Like you know the words, but the sound completely changes? Let me show you a few examples of how accents shift English in real life. What are you doing? Becomes what you doing in American casual speech. I can't do it sounds like I can't do it with a British accent. 30 becomes thoity in some New York accents. About might sound like a boot in some Canadian regions. Water becomes wata in London, but water in many parts of the US. Accents are not wrong. They're simply flavors of English. And the more you listen, the easier these flavors become. Now back to Daniel. He wanted to improve his listening, but he didn't want a boring method. He didn't want long textbooks or technical rules. He wanted something simple, something real, something that fits everyday life. So I gave him one powerful tip, and I want you to remember it too. Listen to English during your daily activities. Why? Because your brain learns naturally when you pair language with action. For example, listen while cooking. Listen while cleaning. Listen while showering. Listen while driving. Listen while walking. Listen while getting ready in the morning. These moments may feel small, but they add up, and your brain starts to think, English is part of my life now, not something I study, something I live. Daniel started doing that. 10 minutes a day, then 15, then 20, and something amazing happened. One day he told me, Liz, I understood an Irish man ordering coffee. We both laughed, but he was proud, and he should be. So let me ask you a question, and I want you to really think about it. How many accents can you understand today? Maybe American, maybe British, maybe Australian, maybe more. But don't worry if you can't understand everything yet. This feeling is normal. You're doing great. And every minute you listen, your ear becomes stronger. I want to give you a tiny practice moment. Repeat after me, feeling the rhythm. I can train my listening. I understand more every day. My brain learns English naturally. Good. Now let's go deeper into the real learning process. Let's talk about mistakes. Not because mistakes are bad, but because they're normal, human, and part of your learning. Many learners make the same mistakes without realizing it, and fixing them can speed up your progress. Mistake number 1, trying to understand every word. No one understands every word, not even native speakers. Really, native speakers miss things all the time, especially in noisy places or fast conversations. When you try to understand every word, you feel stressed. But when you try to understand the idea, everything becomes easier. Repeat. I focus on the idea, not every word. Mistake number 2, listening only to slow English. Slow English is great, especially at the beginning. But you also need natural English. Real rhythm, real speed, real pronunciation. That's why today's challenge is so important. If you're understanding me right now, your listening is strong. Mistake number 3, thinking you are bad at English because you struggle with one accent. You don't need to understand all accents. Even native speakers sometimes struggle with accents that are very different from their own. You just need exposure. Simple, daily exposure. Now, let me continue Daniel's story for a moment. After he improved his listening, he had a surprising experience. He was in a small town in the south of England, and he was talking to an older man who had a strong local accent. At first, Daniel understood almost nothing. But instead of panicking, he did something smart. He relaxed. He listened to the rhythm. He listened to the tone. He focused on the context. And slowly, he started understanding more and more. He told me, in that moment, I realized listening is not about perfection. It's about patience. And he was right. Let me give you a practical example. Imagine you hear someone say, "Want to grab a coffee later?" This is natural English, and you don't need to translate it. You just need to recognize it as a friendly question. That's listening. That's fluency. Let's do a quick repetition. Want to grab a coffee later? Do you want to go now? I'm gonna get ready. Good. These simple lines train your ear to the natural speed of English. Now let's move to the next part. How to build advanced listening in real life. If you're still here with me, congratulations. You're not just listening, you're training. This already shows your discipline, curiosity, and persistence. Now I want to give you a blueprint. A simple, clear, powerful plan you can follow every day to build advanced listening. Let's start with the truth. Listening grows with exposure, not pressure. Here are the steps. 1. Listen to English every day. Daily contact builds natural familiarity. It doesn't need to be long. 10 minutes is enough to start. But consistency is everything. 2. Mix easy listening with natural listening. Easy English gives you confidence. Natural English gives you challenge. Both together create balanced progress. 3. Use daily activities. Remember Daniel? He improved when he added English to simple tasks. You can do the same. 4. Repeat expressions out loud. Repeating helps your mouth copy what your ear learns. This connects listening to speaking. Repeat this. I train my listening every day. I'm getting better. I'm proud of myself. 5. Listen to different accents. You don't need to master all accents, but exposure helps. Try American one day, British the next, Australian another day. Your ear becomes more flexible. 6. Celebrate small moments of understanding. Every time you understand something new, smile. Seriously, this motivation keeps your brain open and active. Let me tell you another moment from Daniel's journey. Months later, he went to a small event with international travelers. People from India, South Africa, Australia, Canada, Singapore, Ireland. Many accents, many rhythms, many voices. He didn't understand everything. Nobody does. But he understood enough to feel confident, included, and capable. And that's what I want for you. Now let's finish with powerful guided practice. You made it to the final part of this episode, and I want you to take a moment to feel proud. You didn't just listen. You stayed, followed the story, understood the explanations, and reached the end. This already shows your listening power, your focus, and your determination. And I want you to really feel proud of that. Before we close, let's do a short, simple practice together. This practice will connect your listening and your speaking, and it's designed to feel natural and easy to repeat. Listen and repeat after me. I can understand English. My listening gets stronger every day. I don't need perfection. I only need progress. My brain learns English naturally. Good. Very good. You're doing great. Now, I want to share a small internal dialogue story. Imagine a listener sends me a message. The message says, Liz, I'm not sure if my listening is good. Sometimes I understand everything. Sometimes I understand nothing. Am I improving? I would answer something like this. You understood my episode, right? Yes, I understood almost all of it. Well, that means your listening is stronger than you think. You can repeat this together. You understood my episode, right? Yes, I understood almost all of it. Well, that means your listening is stronger than you think. Even though it's one narrator, your brain experiences it like a real conversation. This type of internal dialogue is powerful because it connects listening, comprehension, and confidence without needing another person. Now let's do a short visualization exercise. Imagine you are walking in your city, listening to English around you. You think to yourself, I understand more than before. I don't need to know every word. I understand the ideas, and that makes me confident. Repeat these lines. I understand more than before. I don't need to know every word. I understand the ideas, and that makes me confident. Perfect. This simple exercise trains your listening and your fluency naturally. Now, imagine someone tells you, your English is strong. I can see it. I can hear it. You're improving. Repeat this sentence with me. You know, your English is strong. I can see it. I can hear it. You're improving. Beautiful. Your brain absorbs this rhythm and meaning, and your confidence grows with every repetition. Finally, let's anchor today's learning with one last set of affirmations. Listen and repeat. My listening is advanced. I can understand natural English. I am ready for real conversations. I believe in myself. You did it. You stayed, you practiced, and you improved. If you understood this episode, you are already operating at a high level. You don't need to understand every word to be advanced. You only need to understand enough to follow, connect, and feel confident. And you did that today. Thank you for spending this time with me. Your presence and focus mean a lot, and I'm proud to be part of your English learning journey. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, activate notifications, and comment your English story. Tell me how long you've been learning, your biggest challenge, and where you're from. I truly want to know you. This is Liz from my Daily English podcast. Keep listening, keep learning, keep believing. I'll see you in the next episode.